Alrighty, let's get started. So today we're going to be doing the Kriya for self-centering, self-nurturing, and sacred space. And this is a Kriya that involves a lot of breath work. So we're going to be doing a lot of intensive breath work. So just remembering that as we get started. Sometimes these that are just predominantly focused on the breath tend to feel like some of the hardest classes. So, just stay with it and remember that even sometimes when we're in, it can tell you, I can't breathe with this amount of oxygen or air or whatever, but it's all of that part of the mind that's resisting the growth expansion that we're going to experience from pushing through. So take breaks if you need to, but don't just opt out just because you're giving in to that internal voice. Make sure that you're really only taking those breaks if you really need them. Self-centering, self-nurturing, and sacred space. This is important because in our life experiences, we're going to be coming across all different types of energies, all different types of emotions and feelings that we're going to have. And the key to weathering the storms and going through these types of experiences that perhaps we're labeling as difficult or challenging is to be able to come back to ourselves, to create a safe space within our own being, our own physical body, our own energetic expression, so that when we come back inside of ourselves, come back to that 0 point, it's a safe space that we can really fully relax into, where we can trust ourselves, we can trust our intuition, we can come back into that space to rest, recover, restore, nurture our own being, and do all of those things. So that's what this practice is for. It's for giving us the ability to create safe space within our own being, not just safe space like on our mat or in a specific location, but inside of our own body, inside of our own energetic field. So this is helping to refine that energetic projection that we have, that magnetic projection, and all of this breath work is just so amazing. And it really does help us also learn to control the mind, which is really a tough thing. A lot of our old programs tell us that the mind is stronger than everything else, which isn't true. The mind is meant to follow the heart. And so when we learn to master the mind, it's better than conquering the world, where when we master the mind, we are able to really engage in all possibility. We're taking away all of the limitations. And so as you're going through these breath exercises and you're feeling that resistance and the mind is panicking, this is an opportunity to learn to be able to master the mind, to tell the mind, I'm not going to suffocate, I'm still breathing, I'm getting plenty of oxygen on every inhalation and on every exhalation, I'm going to be fine. And to nurture ourselves and to assure ourselves, assuage that fear that we're not going to be able to breathe, it's a way that we're going to start mastering the mind and creating safe space within our own being, so that as we're going through these experiences in our life, the whole reason we do this stuff on the mat is so that we can take it off the mat. And so when we come into experiences in our life where we're stressed, we feel anxious, we don't think we can breathe, there's grief, there's pain, you can come back into your own being, you can come into that safe space, and you can remember who and what you are and what you're capable of, which is so much more than we often think we are. So we're going to get started today with a little exercise, a little meditation actually, and it's called the 3-stroke breath for health, energy, and radiance. And I chose this one because we're all really focusing on our health and well-being right now, but it's also good for building your prana. And that prana is so important to make sure, as always, like I've told you guys before, that we're bringing in more energy than we are expending. Simple math. Just like if you want to lose weight, you have to work off more calories than you're taking in. Same thing when it comes to your energy. You always want to be taking in more, or excuse me, not exactly the same concept, right? So we're always taking in more than we're expending. So it's the opposite in this situation, right? But same concept. I've got to take in lots of prana so that whatever I'm expending, that deficit isn't greater and it's making me feel tired and stressed out. And if you're getting to that burnout point, you're getting to that fatigue point, this is a great breath work to do. It's really easy and simple. But we're going to start by tuning in. So just coming into your easy seat, grounding into that space. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Dropping the shoulders back and down, lengthening through the spine. Lifting through the chest or the heart space. Feeling those collarbones rise as you lengthen. Tuck the chin back just a little bit. So it's the head floating over the heart. Heart's floating over the sits bones. And just take a deep breath in. Just float on it for a moment. Just noticing and relaxing. Just take this time to remind yourself of who you are and where you are every day. What's the quality of my energetic state? What's the quality of my energetic being? How am I feeling? Taking that assessment. And just take a moment to focus on where any of the energy in your body is right now. Where are you feeling any of that tension or resistance or any of those things? And just invite that feeling of discomfort to leave on the exhalation. And we're going to start by tuning in with that Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. So begin rubbing the palms of the hands together, creating that heat. Tucking the breastbone or the thumbs into the breastbone. Hands are in prayer pose. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Tuning in with the Mangala charm, creating that safe space on our mat. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name 3 times. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Apply your root log, drawing up on those sexual organs. If you're not on your moon cycle, pregnant, you don't have any type of untreated blood pressure issues or anything of that nature. Exhale, releasing the hands, releasing the breath. So this Three-stroke breath for health and energy and radiance is fairly simple. And the way that we're going to do that, we're going to keep our elbows just gently resting at the base of our rib cage here. We're going to take our hands and rest one on top of the other. So it's shown that we rest the right hand on top of the left, but it really doesn't matter, just as long as you've got the one hand on top of the other. And you just do it to whatever feels good to you. And so we're going to do a breath work with this particular meditation. We're going to close the eyes and draw our attention inward and upward towards the third eye space. We're going to round our mouth, almost as if you were going to whistle. We're going to do a 3-part inhalation. So through those rounded lips, you're going to inhale 3 times. And every time you inhale, you're squeezing those hands. So you'll squeeze your hands 3 times in correspondence with the inhalation. You're going to do a 1-part exhale through the nose, keeping the hands where they are, but you're not going to squeeze them on the exhalation. You're only squeezing on the inhalation, so it looks like this. And you might even hear a little bit of a whistle like that. We're going to be here for about 3 minutes. So go ahead and draw yourself into position. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm not going to speak doing this because I want you to be able to go at your own pace. So finding your own comfortable breath pace with breath work pattern. So drawing your attention back inside, focusing your attention at the brow point center, closing the eyes and beginning that breath. We are responsible for our health and energy. We must be radiant and breathe. Prana is the source of life. How much prana we get depends on how much we actively participate in drawing it into our own being. Some of this breath work is going to really warm you up today. It might make you feel really almost kind of hot. We are also going to be doing a little bit of breath of fire in some of these exercises. And we're just going to allow that heat, that pranic heat, that psychic heat, to melt away any resistance in our being, any resistance, any limitations. Anything that is not in alignment with a safe space within our own being, we're going to allow that energy to be burnt off, melting it away. You're already about halfway through here. Got about 40 seconds left. When you can control your mind, you can more effectively choose where you focus your attention, what you choose to give your energy towards, what are you feeding. You have more conscious ability to engage. and to pursue those things that are in alignment with your own heart. After your last exhalation, you're going to keep those elbows at the side, keep those hands up. We're going to inhale nice and deep as you possibly can. Suspend the breath at the top, and you're just going to squeeze your body as much as you can, really contracting all of the muscles in the face and the arms and the shoulders, just squeezing and compressing all of your energy. And again, remembering that if you have any high blood pressure issues, you're pregnant or on your moon cycle, then resist the squeezing and just rest into this. Relax with that suspended breath. When we exhale, we're going to exhale forcefully, cannon breath through rounded mouth. Exhale. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale nice and deep because we're going to be holding it as long as we can. Squeeze the body, squeeze the eyes, squeeze the face. Feel the tension in the body, compressing the energy into our being. Cannon breath. 1 more time. Deep inhalation. Suspend the breath at the top and compressing that energy, squeezing the body. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Cannon breath, exhalation. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Relax the shoulders, relax the body, feel the face, relax. Inhale again. And exhale, releasing the hands. Take any gentle movement here that you might need to just relax those shoulders, relax that body. You can take some gentle shoulder shrugs or neck circles or shoulder circles. We're going to move directly into our Kriya now, that Kriya for self-centering, self-nurturing, and sacred space. We're going to be seated for this entire practice. So if you feel like your legs are getting a little bit tense from sitting too long, in between any of these exercises, feel free to stick your legs out, shake them out a little bit, and then draw yourself back into your comfortable, easy seated posture whenever you can. So just be sure to engage in that self-practice of self-care. Take care of yourself during this and just take it with ease. So we're going to be in easy pose for that first posture. And we're just rubbing the palms together really briskly, creating a lot of friction and heat between those hands, just like we do when we're tuning in. The eyes are closed. We're drawing that attention inward and upward. Spine is nice and long and straight. Center line of the body. Crown of the head shining into the sky. Shoulders are gently relaxed back and down. Tuck the chin just a little bit. Continuing on, rubbing those palms together. Nice and brisk. You're only going to be here for 2 minutes. You're already part of the way in. Giving those pranic and aponic energies the ability to come in alignment with one another. The pranic energies that run up and inward along the right side of the body. The aponic energies that run down and out along the left side of the body. Drawing those 2 spaces into alignment with one another, creating the wholeness of our being. We only got about 20 more seconds left here. stop that movement. Keep those hands together. Inhale deeply. Suspending the breath. Apply your root lock if it's within your practice today. Exhale, release the hands, release the lock, release the breath. Keep those eyes closed. Take a couple deep breaths here. And remembering, in our life experience, we're not trying to change other people. We're not trying to force the world to bend to us. We're just trying to hold our own energy. We're just trying to hold our own space, to create that safe space within our own being so that we can come back to that place over and over again as we experience those things in our lives that feel challenging, that feel tough, and to be able to see with the purest sense of our being those experiences, to be curious about them, to learn from them, to grow and expand from that space. So we're going to come into our next part of our practice. You can open those eyes whenever you're ready. We're going to draw those arms upward at a 60-degree angle. Palms of the hands are going to be faced towards each other. Closing the eyes, nice long straight spine, and we're going to begin the breath of fire in this posture. So we're pumping that navel to force the breath in and out through the nostrils. If you have that undiagnosed or untreated hypertension, you know you've got that high blood pressure, or you're on your menstrual cycle, or you're pregnant at this time, then not practicing that breath of fire, but instead taking those long, deep breaths. And just continue on with that breath of fire. Fire, that internal fire to just stoke that third eye or your intuition, that awareness of your own being, that ability to listen to the heart of your own being, that soul space. Allow that breath of fire to stoke that energy, to really bring that into its fullness so that you can really hear that voice of your own soul, that you really feel into your own intuition. Sharpening that awareness. You're already halfway in. You only have 1 more minute left. Building that heat, that psychic heat, melting away all the resistance, all the limitations, all of those things that are not serving you, that are not in alignment with your highest and greatest good. Allowing that heat to completely dispel those things, releasing them from your energetic being. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Apply the root lock, Mula Bandha. Exhale, release the breath, release the lock. Inhale deeply. Take those hands to touch, drawing them into prayer pose. Exhale, release them into the heart space. Forearms are parallel to the earth. Elbows are reaching in opposition from one another towards the opposite walls. Finding your breath. Continuing to draw your attention back inside of your own being. To be here for 3 minutes, long, deep breaths through the nose. Nice straight spine so that energy can rise up from the base of that tailbone and draw itself all the way up through all of those energetic channels within your own being or chakra, however you want to reference that, so that it can draw all of those energies into alignment, allowing them to work at their fullest capacity. Just focusing on your attention on where you're feeling the energy in your body. What are you feeling? Where does the density of energy feel like it's coming from during your practice today? And just focusing your attention on that energy so that you can integrate it into your central nervous system. Focus on it, allow it to completely transmute within your own being to become a part of you. Totally neutralizing any of those spaces of high energy. Chin is tucked back and down just the tiniest bit. Heart space is lifted. Just feeling the calming sensation of those thumbs being planted into the breastbone, that magical place. Relaxing into your own body, to your own being. You got about 45 seconds left. Collecting yourself, collecting your energy in this relaxed posture. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath and apply your root lock. Exhale. Release the lock, release the breath. You can release your left hand down onto your knee. Take that left hand into the Gyan Mudra, pointer finger and the thumb connect. The three fingers just gently hanging down, pointed towards the earth. You can just rest that wrist or the pad of the palm on the knee there. We're going to take the right hand up towards the face. We're going to block off our right nostril, and we're going to do the breath of fire just through your left nostril. So keep that hand nice and straight. Close the eyes. Draw the awareness up towards that third eye space, that place of intuition that we've been stoking, enhancing that energetic state of being, and just beginning that breath of fire. This is that posture where you might start to feel some resistance, some mental resistance. The mind might start to panic and tell you that you're not getting enough oxygen. And this is where we learn to control the mind. We conquer the mind. We tell the mind that we can breathe. We recognize the truth that we are still in control, that the body is still functioning exactly as it should. Forcing that breath in and out through the left nostril by pumping that navel. You're going to be on this left side for 2 minutes. This is where we learn to calm ourselves. This is where we learn to nurture ourselves, to create that safe environment within our own being that we can trust in the knowing that everything is okay, everything is safe, even though we feel the panic, even though it feels sort of stressful and uncomfortable, that we're still safe, that we're still in control, and that we can handle all of these things exactly as they are. Just got about 40 seconds left on this left side. Inhale deeply, suspending the breath at the top. Apply your root lock, move on. Exhale through both nostrils, release the lock, release the hand. Keeping those eyes closed. Stretch out your legs if you need to, shake them out before we switch sides. Come back into that easy seated posture whenever you can. Collect yourself, collect your energy. Drawing the right hand into the Gyan Mudra this time. Thumb and pointer finger connect. The rest of the fingers are relaxed, released down towards the earth. Take the left hand up to the face, closing off the left nostril. Close the eyes, draw the attention in and up, and beginning that breath of fire on the right side. Just continuing on. Again, you're going to be here for 2 minutes. Resisting the need or the desire to release the hand, to need to breathe through both nostrils. Really, if you have to take a break, if you have to release, if you're clogged up and you can't breathe, really truly can't breathe, of course, do what you need to do here. But don't allow the mind to keep you locked in fear. Don't allow the mind to tell that you cannot do something that you can do. Master your mind, control your mind. Do what you need to do to draw yourself into your inner being. Find that calm space. Focus on the breath. You can even use that mantra Sat Nam very quickly here. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. If that's what keeps you focused, if that's what allows you to continue to push through and to stay with it, you're already more than halfway through here, so just a little bit longer. Pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone on our mat so we can more effectively handle those kinds of situations off of our mat. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Apply your root lock. Exhale, release the hand, release the breath, release the lock. Breathe fully, nice and deep in through both nostrils. Really fill up the lungs. Take it all the way down into the belly. Fill that body up with that prana, that new fresh prana through both sides of the nose. Keeping the eyes closed. Attention is inside of your own being. Take note of how you're feeling right now. Take note of how you experienced that exercise. Did it make you feel panicked? Did it make you feel stressed? Were you able to stay with it? Were you able to stay in control of the mind? And not feeling guilty if we had to stop and take a break or any of those things, just noticing, just awareness, and taking note of where we can push it a little bit farther next time, where we can press ourselves out of our comfort zone just a little bit more, to come back to that safe space, to remember how safe it is inside of your own being, that you can trust in yourself, you can trust in your intuition. So this next one is almost like a breath of fire, but it's not. Um, it's a rapid inhalation and exhalation. We're going to take the hand up to the nose, so just gently open those eyes whenever you're ready. You can keep that right hand in Gyan, or left hand, excuse me, in Gyan Mudra, just hanging over the knee. We're going to inhale through the left, exhale through the right, and it's going to move really fast, just like this. So just continuing on, nice fast breath in through the left side, out through the right side, alternating that breath, covering that nostril, and then the other. Going to be here for 2 minutes. Rapid alternate nostril breath. Similar to the breath of fire, but just not quite. We're really working on that radiant being through this particular Kriya, that magnetic field, that auric energetic field, that sacred space that we create for our own being, not just inside of our body, but that space that projects around us through that vibrational field that we emit. Just continuing on. You can use that mantra, Sat Nam, if it keeps you focused on the thing that isn't the discomfort, that isn't the frustration. Focus on something else. Draw your attention into another place using that mantra, Sat Nam, on the Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale, nice and fast. I am that I am. I am truth. Truth is my name. You only have about 20 seconds left. Release the hand and inhale deeply. Suspending the breath at the top, apply the root lock, the Mulaband. Exhale, release the lock, release the breath, release the stress. Take the legs out if you need to. Release any tension in the body, shaking out anything that you need to. We're going to come into a little bit of movement here, so that's going to feel good on our bodies. We're going to come into some spinal flexes. So you're going to take those hands onto your knees. And you're going to come into that easy pose after you shake your legs out. Draw those hands onto the knees. The elbows are straight. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Moving at your own pace. A lot of this movement is going to come from that middle of your back. So you're going to feel that flexation coming from that center of the spine. As you keep those elbows straight. Keeping the crown of the head level to the sky. Chin is level to the earth. And just continuing on, taking that movement, feeling how good it feels to open up space in that vertebra, releasing any of that tension from those previous exercises, from that back. Nice deep breath through the nostrils, eyes are closed, focused on the third eye space. Remember, all of these movements, producing all of this heat in our body, we're stoking those fires of our intuition, of that third eye space, that sacred voice that doesn't use words. And just being completely receptive and open to that place. Just a few more seconds. Inhale forward. Spinning the breath at the top, apply your root lock, Mula Bond, if it's within your practice. Exhale, release the breath, release the arms, release the lock. This next posture is going to feel really good too, continuing to help to release some of that tension in the shoulders and the upper back. We're going to do a shoulder shrug. So it's inhaling up, exhale as you drop it down. Hands are gently resting face down on the knees. Inhalation and exhalation through the nostrils. Eyes are closed, focused at third eye space. As you release those shoulders down, it's okay to just let that body bounce a little bit, shaking loose all of those energies that are no longer serving it, shaking loose all of those energies in your muscle tissue, your fascia, your bones, every cell, every atom, just shaking loose all of that stuff that's not in alignment with the desire of the heart, that's not in alignment with your most authentic expression of being. Just continuing on, matching the breath with the movement. Continuing to focus on where the energy is in your body. Where are you experiencing the energy in your body? Taking note of it, being willing to witness it without judgment, without telling a story about it, so that you can integrate it into your being, integrate it into your central nervous system so that it's not out there so intense with the body not knowing how to utilize it properly. Give it a chance to integrate, to transmute, to alchemize within your own being, come into alignment with your own energetic experience so that that energy can be fully integrated and then embodied. You only have about 20 seconds left here. Inhale, take those shoulders up. Suspend the breath, apply the root lock. Squeeze that energy up from that sacral bone, that point of the tailbone, all the way up, squeezing that energy all the way up towards the crown of the head so that it can release itself up and out. Exhale, Releasing the shoulders, releasing the breath and the lock, keeping the eyes closed, continuing to take that inventory of your own being, just taking note. How am I feeling? Shake out those legs if you need to. And then come back into the easy seat. We're going to take some gentle neck rolls. We're going to move really nice and slow here. And if your neck is compromised in any way and you cannot do the neck roll, you can always do an inhalation to the left and exhalation to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. And just continuing on. But if it feels safe and comfortable on the neck, we're going to begin the gentle neck circles by inhaling deeply, gently resting the hands on the knees. Exhale, dropping the chin to the chest. Beginning on the left side, we're going to take the left ear towards the left shoulder, drop the crown of the head towards the back wall. Exhaling, taking the right ear to the right shoulder and allowing the chin to find the chest once again. Left ear to left shoulder. Take it around. But pause and breathe into any of those places of tension or discomfort. Not forcing or pressing, but allowing, inviting that energy to release, to relax. Instead of forcing or pressing, allow the body to respond to the desire of the heart. Allow the body to respond to the safe space that you have created for it to do its own deep healing work. And slow, allowing and accepting, not forcing or pressing. Inhaling from the front to the back and exhaling from the back to the front. We're only doing 1 minute on each side. You're more than halfway through on the left. Just moving at your own pace here. Whatever feels the most comfortable and safe. Protecting the neck always. Never pushing into pain or tingling or numbness. Nice and gentle. Next time you find your chin towards the chest, drawing the rotation in the opposite direction. Right ear to right shoulder. Take the crown of the head towards the back wall. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin finds the chest. Continuing on. Matching the breath with the movement. Inhaling from the front to the back. Exhaling from the back to the front, and just feel into how beautiful it feels to stretch the neck, to open up new space in those vertebrae, to release the compression, to take care of that part of the body that does so much work, holds up that heavy head. Allows us to gaze in so many different directions, to respond to our name, to turn and to look at people. The next time you find your chin towards the chest, inhale, take the gaze back towards its neutral space, but keeping the eyes closed. And take a couple deep breaths here. So this next one is kind of interesting. You're going to take your hands flat. I'm going to move this blanket so y'all can see what I'm doing. That was a little chilly earlier. Take your hands and place them on the ground in front of you, just like this. You're going to gaze directly in front of you like you're looking at the horizon. So if it feels awkward to gaze at the computer screen or something, you can turn away. But keep those hands grounded in front of those legs, about 6 inches or so. And you're just going to find a nice, even, deep breath. And you're just gazing directly in front of you, finding that one point of still focus, whatever that is for you, on a wall, in front of you, or something of that nature. And just allowing that lower spine to relax in this posture. Inviting it to release, to open up. keeping those eyes fixed on that horizon, that one point of still focus, wherever you've chosen for it to be, that third point of contact. And now we're going to add a humming to this. And I'm going to start by showing you, but then I'm going to get quiet so that you can only hear the hum of your own being. We're going to hum as loud as you can. And we're going to do that here for a few minutes. So keeping that gaze forward at that horizon line, you're going to inhale and hum. When you can't hum anymore, inhale deeply and begin again. So just continuing on, humming, feeling that vibration in your mouth, in your head, in your entire being, giving that vibration permission to shake loose all of that stuff that perhaps you've been holding on to, that you've been resistant to let go of for one reason or another. That stuff that isn't serving you, that isn't helping you to evolve, to shift, to grow, expand. Let go of that stuff as you're sitting here on your mat tonight and humming into your own body. Feel the deep vibration, your own voice, your own tone of your own voice, and your own hum, and all of those things are specifically meant for you. They were created for your specific healing. For whatever you need specifically, that hum, that tone of your own voice is there to completely heal, to completely shift, to completely release, to give you whatever it is that you need right now in this moment. So just give yourself permission to really give in to that humming, inhaling deeply. And when you can hum no longer, inhale again and start over. And just feel into all of those areas that you can feel that humming in the chest, in the heart. Feel your teeth vibrating. You can feel it in your cheeks, in your face, in your back maybe. Feel where you're feeling that intensity of that vibration, just shaking loose all of that stuff that's no longer serving you. Keeping your eyes gazed forward on that horizon, on that one point of still focus, whatever it is that you've chosen it to be, on the wall or wherever it is. And just continuing on with that humming noise through the nose. And just projecting the mind beyond the horizon, allowing that focus to become almost invisible. The gaze becomes to where it's like you don't even see what's in front of you anymore. You're just totally submerged into the experience, projecting the mind beyond the horizon, beyond the focus. Just continuing on. We're nearly done here. We only have 2 more exercises left after this. You only have about 10 seconds left of your humming. So really humming as loud as you can, really vibrating that body, that energetic being as much as you can, shaking loose of all of that stuff that you don't want to continue to carry anymore. Maybe you don't even know what it is, and that's okay. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock, release the breath, and then you can inhale and rise up. So this next posture is going to feel really good. Felt really good to me when I did this exercise. We're just going to be here for a minute. So We're going to take those hands over our head. We're going to lock them in that interlocking fingers. Palms of the hands are going to be faced up into the sky, and you're just going to twist from the left to the right. And you're only going to be here for 1 minute. So we're just releasing that tension in the back and the lower spine, in the middle spine. Inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. Close the eyes. Draw your attention back into your own being. Just feeling how good it feels to stretch the body, to twist out, wring out those organs, detoxifying those organs and the muscle tissue with that twisting motion. You only have about 20 seconds left here. Come back to center. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Apply your root lock. Exhale, nice and slow with grace and ease, releasing those hands, grounding your energy all the way down, caressing the aura, taking note of your own energetic expression, feeling into that auric space. Feel the density of the energy that you've created in your own safe space, releasing those fingertips to the earth. You're going to take those hands, gently rest them on the knees. We've got one more exercise here. It's 1 more minute. So gently resting those hands on the knees, you're just going to inhale, swaying to the left. Exhale, sway to the right. Keeping the sits bones grounded into the earth, closing the eyes, drawing the attention inward and upward towards the brow point. Moving as fast or as slow as feels comfortable and safe to you. And just swaying side to side here. Keeping the spine nice and straight, not hunching the shoulders over, but dropping the shoulders back and down, allowing that heart space to radiate forward. Inhale, come back up to center. Spinning the breath, apply your root lock. And then exhale, release the breath, release the lock. Shake the legs out in front of you. Release any stiffness in your joints there. And then nice and slow with grace and ease, drawing yourself down into your final Shavasana posture. You can take a blanket and cocoon your energy and to really keep that energy inside of your own being, inside of your own energetic field, to fully allow for that transformation to occur, to really seal that energy inside of your own being and allow for the deepest effect of healing to occur. Take the hands to the side of the body, planting the hands face down, into the earth for the grounding energies, face up to receive, allowing the feet to fall to the side. And finding your deep breaths through the nose. Fully relaxing into this posture. And just notice yourself in the stillness. First, your consciousness, and then your magnetic field emanating from the being that is you. And continuing to relax into this posture with every exhalation. We engage in these types of kriyas for self-centering, nurturing, and sacred space, that safe space, so that as we're engaging in these experiences that promote growth within us, that is sometimes uncomfortable, that is sometimes not what we think we should be doing. You know, the mind is telling us no to escape the situation, that we're able to sustain, that we're able to move through it, that we're able to do what we need to do to master the mind and draw our attention back to the desire of the heart and make the choices and take the actions that are in alignment with that space, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's scary, even when it's fearful, even when we have the sad experiences. All of those discomforts that initiate growth, that growth of that growing pain, that pain of growing, and remembering that every day we have the decision to either stay where we are or move to an unknown territory. We have the opportunity to either have our souls stay stagnant, to only meet a certain depth and to not move past it, or to continuously charge them through experiences and new learnings to increase the invisible size of our souls. And that's what we're doing on our mat. We're increasing our capacity to hold space. We're increasing our capacity to vibrate outside of our own being, to establish our own vibration instead of getting swept up in the energy around us. Do something every day to expand your soul by as small as a percent. Experience new things. Travel to unknown places. Say words that you haven't said before. Because anytime you feel alive, anytime you feel joy, excitement, happiness, or freedom, you are allowing yourself to meet a deeper part of your being, a part where you are unknowingly charging your own energy and raising its levels, allowing you to get closer to being acquainted with the purest vision of yourself. More and more and more coming into alignment with the most authentic expression of your being, purifying, refining your energy, tapping into your strength, tapping into your grit, experiencing those things that initiate the growth, going through the discomfort that comes with the growing pain so that you can tap into those aspects of your being that you haven't even seen yet, that you haven't even witnessed yet, because perhaps there were limitations that were keeping you from accessing that space. Removing those limitations, burning them away, melting them away, allowing those refined aspects of your being, those more pure aspects of your being to shine through, to radiate out from your being, to vibrate out from you in that magnetic field, that energetic field that you project in all directions from your physical being. Just slowly and gently start taking the opportunity to come back to your own body, finding your own breath, taking the bridge this time from the physical being or the spirit back to the physical being, back to this time in this space, back to this room that you're in, gently wiggling the fingers and toes, wrapping the hands around the wrists or the feet around the ankles. Take mental cat stretches, reaching the arms overhead, fingertips reaching behind you, pointing the toes in the opposite direction, feeling that full body stretch. And then drawing the knees into the chest. Take a moment to rock side to side or back and forth. And then whenever you're ready, rocking and rolling yourself upright into a comfortable seated posture. Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And draw the hands upward in prayer pose, resting the thumbs into that magical place on the chest. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Then inhale to begin. 3 long Satnams. Satnam. 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 Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock, release the breath. Satnam. Namaste. May you all be well cared for. May you all be able to find that place within your own being, that safe space, that 0 point where you can come back to yourself, where you can give yourself the nurturing and the safety and security that you need to endure all of the things, all of the experiences that occur in our life that stretch us, that initiate that growth, that sometimes feel uncomfortable and stressful. May you be able to come back to yourself always, those higher aspects of your being, and to find everything that you need from within yourself, within your own heart space, within your own body, within your own energetic field, remembering that everything you need is already inside of you. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful Sunday. I hope you guys had a really great practice. I know parts of it were challenging. I think it kind of balanced out with some of the more comfortable postures too in that exercise, or at least for me it did, especially coming towards the end of it. So I hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next time.